And starting us off, a review of night ops.
Good morning, Steve Crawford, Operations Trainee, Team 1. Again, perimeter's holding well. A lot of you folks are doing the 12-hour shift, so I'm not going to tell you anything yet. We've seen activity last night was quiet. It sounds like we're doing good work out there. We are doing good work out there. The phone calls are getting fewer and fewer. So that means that we're doing good work and getting stuff, seeking and destroying. Still got the work up there in Foxtrot and Middle Fork. Man's got a good plan up there, so we'll keep working that to get our comfort level up 100% up there with the wind testing and all that, taking care of that. Thing to think about for those of you on 24s and those of you working later in the afternoon, they made some good decisions yesterday, last night. There's some sections where the risk versus gain you get into at night. Some of the trees, some of the islands where their smokes are, that save it for the day shift. If there's sections in there you're not comfortable with, they made some calls today. You guys will be able to take care of them for them today. They recognized there was stuff that needs to be done, but they didn't go and work in the trees that had the burning trees limbs up high. They didn't go into some of the islands where they couldn't have good visibility. So keep that in mind today. They're saving some work for you tomorrow, even though we want you to work hard. There's some work, for today. Doing that. Suppression repair is making really good progress. Coming around the fire and doing work there. Those of you that boots on the ground, make sure that when you get to that section you feel comfortable with it, or if you recognize some suppression repair needs, get that up to your division supervisor so we can get that to Adam so we can keep that stuff going. We keep the folks going there. If there's places we have hose lays in that you feel real comfortable, we don't need the hose, bring that up to your division supervisor as well so they know we can pull it out and then we can convey that over to suppression repair so we can start working on all that work. There's a lot of those sections out there that suppression repair in the fire area hasn't able to get boots on the ground, and that intel comes from you guys saying, hey, we put a hand line in here as check line, or we put, during all the firefight where we made attempts to get sections, and now that's in the middle of black, that kind of stuff. We need to get that intel back to suppression repair so we don't leave a section and have to come back and fix it up. That's all I got. Have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you. If I could have you turn to page 1 of the IEP, review the control objectives. They have changed slightly. They are to keep the fire north of Esmeralda Road, south of Highway 88, east of Highway 49, and west of the secondary containment lines, Railroad Flat Road, Summit Level Road, Forest Service Road 5N52, and Sheep Ranch Road. Now with today's weather.
Good morning, Turbo Incident Meteorologist. Today, as you see, we have a little bit of cloud up there. That cloud's going to hang around for a good bit of the day. It will thin out and get less as the day goes on. Temperatures today are going to be warmer than what they've been the last few days, looking for mid-80s to mid-90s. RH is going to be a little bit lower. RH could drop down into the single digits in some areas. Winds will be out of the southwest again, shifting to that west-northwest direction. The only caveat to that is if you're in a drainage that's kind of sheltered, you may end up with more of a terrain-driven wind versus a west or a northwest wind. Speeds will generally be light, 5 to 10 mile per hour with gust potential of 14. Have a good day.
Fire behavior.
Not involved with fire behavior. So smoldering has been the theme going on the last several days. One thing I want to stress to you guys is as you go on, keep checking those areas that you've been at before. The root wads and those stump holes will continue to burn back in, and they'll keep popping up for more smoke. So continue to check the areas you've been before. Anything new that we see out there outside the line, couldn't really develop too fast. It'll kind of develop over time. Once a column develops, then you'll start having some problems, but you should be able to pick it up early. Have a great day.
Safety.
Good morning, Dennis Lane, safety trainee. Today out there, the folks working in the upper division in that steep drainage up there, make sure your folks are really heads up. Have somebody new identify with the new 208 that we have in the IEP today. Have them go over it and reinforce the situational awareness that we have out there. For the folks that weren't here yesterday, if you're around the areas and you see people that maybe shouldn't be in there, let your division supervisors know so they can handle those situations. And then still we have a little bit of driving issues. Just make sure everybody's heads up, and we have lookout sports out there so everybody can go home safe. We have a great safety record going, and we want to keep that going. Have a safe shift.
Air operations.
Good morning, Dave Lopez, Air Operations. We're down to one Type 2 helicopter with a crew assigned to the incident. They're staged out of Columbia. We're still on our air-to-ground is CDF TAC 13. If you need a rescue helicopter, Copter 404 is still available out of Columbia. They'll be there to take care of anything that needs to be hoisted out. Take a good look at your comp plan, know where you are, and know how to activate that if need be. Have a good day.
And now we'll review today's division assignments.
Good morning, Josh Anderson with the Division Roll Call. We're going to start with Division Alpha Whiskey, Doug Jones and Tom Hemorridge. Division Echo Foxtrot Golf, Gus Boston. Division India Juliet Romeo, Paul Stratton, Mike Hildebrand. And Division Kilo Oscar Quebec, George Casario, Dave Spencer. And for suppression repair, Adam Fries. Thank you.
And we'll review today's work assignments.
All right, good morning, Mike Blankenheim, operations training, the day ops today. So as you can probably see by looking around, we've been able to pare down the organization a little bit more today, which is a testament to the good work getting done out there. But there's still going to be plenty to do. I think like Night Up's touched on, Division Echo's going to have the brunt of the work today. They've got their hands full getting down into the bottom of McCollum there and getting that cut out and getting that put to bed once and for all. For the rest of the division, it's going to be the same as it's been the last couple of days. It's going to be maintaining a professional presence out there, taking care of the smokes when you see them, and being diligent about responding to the phone-in reports and taking care of the public's concerns. Thank you.
Before we move on to medical, just a reminder that there's no need to clone. The comp plan remains the same today, and now we'll get to medical.
Good morning, this is Steve Cormier with Medical Unit Leader Trainee. Today we're going to still have 4 line medic teams on the divisions. We still have a ground ambulance assigned to the fire. They do move around as needed. We have the frontline trailer still up at the feeding area. If you need over-the-counter medications or minor medical treatment, they're there for you. We also have the MERC tent down by the CDC staging area, and we have a doctor and nurses there. If you do happen to have a medical issue where we send you to an emergency room or prompt care, please make sure you follow up with medical and prompt claims. As we heard, it's going to be a little bit warmer today, so make sure everybody stays hydrated. And if you have some downtime, please review the emergency procedure guidelines on the medical plan, which is page 19 in the IAP. There's one for online emergencies and one for in-camp emergencies. Have a good day. Thank you.
Logistics.
Good morning, Dusty Martin, Logistics. As they talked about downsizing the organization, we're going to start downsizing in camp as well. So just pay attention. You'll see stuff leaving camp and a little bit of reorganization. Been doing great with the backhaul. If we can continue with that, that would help us out a lot. They're still on the line. Seek those opportunities. If we can pull it, we'll bring it in and get it rolled back up. Have a great day.
Finance.
Good morning, Rich Brown, Finance Section Chief. A couple things. We have federal and state time recorders up there, so please come in and check in and update your times. Also, we're still looking and we're trying to document suppression damage. So if you see anything out there, check in with us, let us know so we can get that wrapped up. Also, vehicle damages. We're still getting some of those coming in late. It's only going to delay your demo. Also, we've collected $1,800 in donations, and that's going to the local public safety folks, the local first responders who've lost their homes. So we still have buckets out there. If you want to donate, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.
And information.
Good morning, Mike Muller, Information. I want to remind you that if you're out there with the public and they make contact with you, please go through your chain of command and use proper comms and request a PIO. We'll come out there and assist those residents with what they may need. We know they're out there committed to the line, and we can get in there and assist them. The information trailer is still there. We still have lost and found. We also have U.S. mail. If you need something sent out, come and see us. And then again, it's Thursday night football. All probably won't see the games. Giants, Redskins. One of my buddies, a D.C. police officer, just wanted to let you know that in Washington, D.C. right now, they're on a serious enforcement In fact, what they're doing right now in DC, if you happen to go see a game, is for your first offense, if you're stopped, they're going to issue you two tickets to the Redskins game. And if you're stopped again for a second offense, they're going to make you use those tickets. So go Giants.
Liaison.
Good morning, Sean McCabe, Assistant Law Enforcement Liaison. First thing this morning at 0700, all remaining advisory evacuation within the burn have been lifted. Second thing, 10 o'clock, cooperators meeting. Have a good day.
Thank you. Before we move on to closing our screen, training officer.
Good morning, Steve Hurdle, training officer. Just a reminder that we will be closing today at noon, and I also like to remind the Type 3 organization that's coming in, if you have trainees, please check in with me before noon. Thank you. Bye.
Reminder that we have division breakouts posted behind you on the hill. Please report to your divisions promptly. If there are any unassigned resources, please come down here to the stage. And now final comments from RIC.
So this is, by my calculations, day 16 since the fire started. How many of you are up there and have reached your maximum density of talking about firefighting and safety? Without raising your hand, just think about it. How many of you are just like, I'm done. I need a break. A good chunk of you. In fact, I can say that I'm pretty close to reaching my maximum density too. So here's what I'm going to ask. That you spend a couple of seconds, maybe call a friend, call a family member, stop by and talk to somebody not wearing a uniform, talk to somebody who's not talking about firefighting, just to kind of get your head set. Kind of just do something not firefighting for about 35, 40 seconds, a minute or two, and just reset yourself. Get yourself feeling a little bit better, and then re-engage, go back to work, and have a great day. Thank you.
That concludes our operational briefing. Reminder to turn your radios and phones back up. Thank you very much.